Hello, I am Margaret and this is my story. Although I was an only child, I was never lonely because where we lived was a community and we all played with one another. As I grew up, I developed a passion for music. I loved singing and playing the piano. I'd started singing professionally when I was 20. I sang lead in many musical productions and had every confidence in the world. I met George when I was 22 and this picture was our engagement at the Tower Ballroom. We had a daughter and a son and enjoyed a happy family life. I recently experienced severe depression following developing tinnitus. This is a permanent buzzing in my ears and there is no cure. It totally consumed my attention and I couldn't read a book or watch television or sleep. I tried acupuncture and it worked for about 3 months. I thought I could deal with it, but it eventually took over and I couldn't cope. It was an effort to have a bath and wash my hair. I had to make myself do everyday things and get meals, which I didn't feel like anyway. It felt like a grey cloud was over me. My CPN visited me at home and said, "I think you'll be better in hospital." I was quite reluctant at the time, but in the end, I knew I needed that support. I'd come to the end of my tether. In hospital, staff were kind and patient and very reassuring. They made me feel understood and valued. I was so independent previously. It was very hard to accept help from others as I was used to being the helper. They changed my medication and from then on, I started to feel a different person. Attending Edward Street Day Hospital and joining in with creative arts and relaxation built my confidence. I enjoyed meeting other people and the conversations we had. Initially, I tried staying at home for short bursts. Then, once I stopped the night, I knew I was well enough to come home permanently. I started to believe that I could live life and cope with the tinnitus. I take as many holidays as possible. They are something to look forward to and give me that upward feeling. Other things I need to keep me going are reading, knitting, and spending time with family. I love walking Basil, pictured here, my daughter's dog. I now sing in a choir and continue to play the piano. This year I was determined to celebrate my birthday, as last year I couldn't have cared less. I kept my cards up for 2 whole weeks. I can talk about the depression now, whereas I couldn't before. I thought people wouldn't understand what I was going through, and I think now if it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone. Going into a psychiatric hospital wasn't a bit like I thought it would be. I was pleasantly surprised at the warmth and cheerfulness of the staff. I wonder, how can we get rid of the stigma attached to mental health?